Hey guys, my name is Caleb, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Dogecoin, AAVE, and some other DeFi protocols like Barnbridge and some really interesting developments there. And then we're going to be kind of reviewing the entire market this week, what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and what direction I think we're headed. So before we get into all that, I do have to spoil something for you. I am not a financial advisor. So anything you see in this video or hear me talk about, I was about to say us talk about, is not financial advice. It is purely for educational purposes. So without further ado, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Caleb, and I bring you guys daily research into what's going on inside the markets and kind of insight behind what's going on. So if that sounds fun to you and exciting, you want to follow along the journey, make sure you subscribe and also comment down below. I try to get to all the comments. So with all that out of the way, Coinbase Pro, as you see, this is the kind of biggest news of the day and a lot of people are excited about, listed Dogecoin onto their platform. So starting today, inbound transfers for Doge are now going to be available, and then trading is going to start on Thursday. So on this channel, we've talked about quite a bit. Seemingly Tuesdays is what they always post their new coins on. I'm talking about Coinbase here, and we've talked about that and covered all the new coins that we predicted that were going to be coming out, and most of them have been right. We didn't predict Dogecoin to be coming this early, but it did. It came, and in 2 days you're going to be able to trade it. And since then, won't you know, one of the first people to respond to that is Elon Musk himself. Love him or hate him, he is dead steady, and he's been there consistently to support Dogecoin over and over again. He's been back and forth with Bitcoin and whatever else, but Dogecoin, he is there to pump it over and over, and pump it has. So over the last 24 hours, let me get my screen back into play here. Over the last 24 hours, this has been the movement. Actually, this is 7 days, excuse me. Came down kind of with the markets down to 28 cents. And you can see here from that announcement, we just exploded down from 31 cents up to 38 cents, which actually for Dogecoin isn't that big of a pump, but over Ethereum, it's 16% and 15% over Bitcoin. So it's really good. I'd say that's pretty, reasonable, especially because this news everyone was already expecting. Brian Armstrong, which is the CEO of Coinbase, already leaked in the last Q1 earnings call for Coinbase that they were going to be doing this move. So it shouldn't have came as much a surprise to people. But I am going to say something here that even though I'm typically not a day trader and I don't invest in Dogecoin long term, I don't see the merit involved in that. I do, however, see how some people could be taking a trade here because look at the volume. Look at the volume spike just in the last, since that tweet came through of all the people trading Dogecoin. And again, this isn't available yet to trade until Thursday, June 3rd, if liquidity conditions are met, meaning if enough people are, have liquidity and the order books are full for Dogecoin. So I've seen this pattern over and over. And on this channel, we've talked about this pattern. Every Tuesday, whenever they drop a new coin on the platform, it's a spike in volume right away. And then the price shoots up. And then we see the price go down about pretty much to where it started, before the tweet or a little bit above. And then it kind of lulls out there for a few hours or 8 hours or so. And then the next day or two, it comes back up again. And again, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. Always do your own research before doing this. But this is the pattern I've seen play out over and over again. So go back on your order books and look at the last few tokens that have dropped, like Polygon, or Matic, Scale Network. We've covered that one. Even when Engine was released on the platform in 1 inch, all these did a pretty similar pattern over the first couple days between whenever they announced it on Tuesday and then Thursday. It does like a pretty similar pattern. So again, I'm not a pattern guy or a TA guy, but just based on the patterns I've seen over and over, I could see myself, and maybe I will, I'll update you guys if I see it drop back down to these levels, scooping up some in anticipation of a lot of new users being able to buy Dogecoin for the first time. Because throughout all this hype and nonsense, whatever, there's still been a lot of users who weren't able to get their hands on it because they didn't have it on their platform. They didn't want to go through all the other steps. This makes it extremely easy because now they can get it directly onto Coinbase, which a lot of people already use. So Let me know down below in the comments. Are you guys going to be taking a little day trade on Dogecoin, buying up some tomorrow if it lulls down a little bit, and then selling it to the new traders who are going to pump it up on the order books on Coinbase? Let me know what you guys are going to do down below. I will also let you guys know what I do. So also some other really good news, Defi Pulse. If you look at the background here, it's kind of cool what they did. It's all AAVE, all a little ghost back here, because we do have a new king in town, which is AAVE. AAVE has taken the throne for the #1 DeFi protocol to have the most total value lock, or the total value lock to be the highest. Now it is $1 billion ahead of MakerDAO, which previously was the leader before. And as you can see, Compound has fallen off of the top 3. Polygon Matic, which we just talked about, even though it's not a lending platform, it is still a DeFi protocol, has moved to number 3 to take, you know, the bronze spot there for over Compound. So it's a very interesting development. I think AAVE is going to continue this lead, and it's going to be very interesting to see. They're doing a lot with institutional investors to try to get them on board. And actually right now, with the current variable rates, if you look at GUSD here, this is to borrow, you're going to get paid, you're going to have to pay 3.82% in variable interest, right, per year on your borrowed rate. Okay, so let's do the math. Let's say you borrowed $10,000 of GUSD, okay, times 0.031, you're going to pay $310 over that year. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that 3.1. Well, 3.8. So you're going to have to pay $382 for that year, but you're going to get paid $679, you know, equivalent to dollars in AAVE. So you see this AAVE bonus reward here. That means they're going to pay you that much to borrow this token, okay? It's kind of like an incentive to borrow it. So what some people are doing is, you know, obviously you can see the difference here. You're getting paid more in APR in AAVE tokens than you have to actually pay to get the loan. So at the current rates, you're actually getting paid to take this loan. So, and on top of that, depending on what your collateral is, you know, if you deposit, let's say GUSD as well, and then you borrow more GUSD off of your GUSD. If you're not familiar with all this and you don't know what DeFi is, this sounds confusing to you, I know, but people are yield farming this and making a lot at the current rate. So make sure you fully understand. I'll make a more in-depth video about yield farming and how to use AAVE, but you can really yield farm into this and make a lot if you want to, and even get paid on the borrow rates at the current level. So that's very exciting for AAVE. Congratulations, AAVE. They have a long ways to go, and I'm very excited. Thirdly, Barnbridge. I've talked about this before on the channel as well. They're looking to tokenize risk in DeFi, and they're basically creating these smart yield pools, which if you enter the app and connect your wallet here, they recently added AAVE as one of the smart yield protocols. And you can enter in these pools, and in this one specifically, let me use, I like USDC over Tether and Gemini Dollar just because it's more US based. They're very transparent with the, you know, backing of the dollar, you know, one for one that's in there. So I could go into depth for a long time about that, but I don't trust Tether as far as I can throw them. Gemini, I trust them a little bit more, but neither one of them are as, you know, trustworthy and as transparent as USDC. So let's use this as an example. Let's say you put in, you know, $1,000 of USDC, okay? You're going to be earning 2% on that $1,000 just in USDC, okay? But you're also going to be earning an additional, that's why you see this little bonus APR. It's pretty similar to the AAVE thing I just showed you. A bonus 65% APR paid in Bond, which is the Barnbridge token, which I'm very bullish on, and AAVE. These are two of my favorite tokens right now in DeFi. Very bullish on both of these. You're able to earn in this smart yield protocol right now an additional 64% on top of the 2% already, which is insane. This isn't going to be, you know, here forever, especially as this junior APY or the junior liquidity pool gets filled up, but there's high demand to, you know, stake your money into these pools. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. It is a really awesome opportunity at the current rates, and I can't stress that enough. Also, Barnbridge, I've talked about this a lot, has huge potential. Go watch my video on Bond Token. They are one of the biggest innovators right now in DeFi, taking institutional grade derivatives protocols and putting them into the blockchain. And they're very, very decentralized. They're decentralized maximalists. So they have some of the best tokenomics I've seen in a protocol in a very long time. I can't tell you guys how much I like this project here, Barnbridge. There's some really creative people behind it, and they're very smart people in finance, building something that is fully, or aiming to be fully decentralized in a very noble way. So I'm very excited to see all the products that come out of Barnbridge. So if you haven't looked at them already, it is a very low market cap currently. It's going to get diluted a little bit as we go along, but that's all part of the plan. Just make sure you guys do your research on this one and also watch that video. Also, lastly, I know this video is getting long, so if you've made it this far, smash that like button again. I would really very much appreciate it. We've seen Ethereum go from 4,300 down to these scary levels where people were panic selling, getting liquidated and completely wrecked, up to now we're kind of seeing it do this, like it always does after these moves, kind of rubber band and move sideways between, this first day where we saw it go all the way down to 1850, back up to 29, and we've been range bound in this level ever since. And I imagine, I'm not a TA guy, but from what I've seen happen, I've been in the game since 2017. I shouldn't call it game. In the space since 2017. When these moves happen, people are afraid. The order books aren't as big, and it just kind of gets range bound here until big market makers make big decisive moves, and then everybody either panics again once it moves out of this range and sells off some more, or it moves up out of the range and then they get FOMO and greed again. So I'm waiting patiently to see what happens there and watching these trends very carefully. But in the meantime, let's see what happens. I'm very excited to see what happens over the next 24 hours with Doge. I'm watching that trade very carefully. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about this market. And other than that, I will see you guys next time.